All right, y'all. Today, well, first I'm gonna say welcome back in. Thank you so much for coming back. I always thank you guys for coming back. I love you girls, and if you are new here, welcome in, girl. Welcome in. Of course, you guys know this is crazy. Well, I'm not gonna say of course you guys know. This is Crazy Girl, the original, the original Crazy Girl. And welcome to the great Crazy Girl brand. So yeah. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and just dive right into it because I don't want to make this a super long video, but I do want it to be impactful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I also realized that I talk really fast. I talk really fast, so it's even hard for me to edit when I'm talking so fast. So yeah, today we're gonna be talking about people pleasing, the disease to please. Let me turn my alarm off because, yeah, I had to set an alarm for the time that I needed to start this video because I will get sidetracked and I will just do whatever. I'll be walking around the house doing whatever, not recording nothing. But yeah, I have on this little dress. I got the little pin right here. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm trying to cover my bra because I didn't want to come on here with my girls out, even though they look good in this dress. But I didn't want to come on here with my girls overflowing. Y'all be like, this girl on here looking like. Okay. But yeah, people pleasing. We're going to talk about people pleasing today. This is something I have been tiptoeing around because it's something that I still kind of struggle with. But now that I have learned about it and learned where it stems from, I have been able to work on it. And I got some progress. I've been working on it for like a year. Like people pleasing, I'm working on it for like a year. But yeah, so people pleasing from a recovering people pleaser. Ta-da! I got my little iPad here. I wrote a whole bunch of notes for y'all. Y'all probably can't see them because the screen probably gonna just look white on the camera. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video. I'll never forget like this time when I was in like middle school. I had a friend girl and we were super cool. I loved her. So of course when you're in middle school, I think you're like 12, 11, 12, 11, 12 or whatever. And the girl mom told me one day I was at their house and they had company and da-da-da. We were all chillaxing, doing our thing. Other little girls there. And it was a lot of people basically. And at the end of the interaction, the little girl mama told me, everybody else went home. I was there with them. I was there at their house. So when everyone went home, it was just me, the little girl, and her mother. And she was like, hey, come here, let me talk to you. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, absolutely, you can talk to me. And she's like, you're a chameleon. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she's like, That was at the time, at 11 or 12, I was like, thank you. Oh my gosh, a chameleon. I can change colors. I can blend in with the environment. I am great. That's an awesome thing to hear. Thank you so much. Little did I know, that's not a good thing. As I got older, that was not a compliment. I hope that she told me that so later I would realize that it wasn't a compliment. Because she didn't say it mean. She was just like, you're a chameleon. And I was like, okay, chameleon, yeah. But that was not okay. To be a chameleon, that means that she had recognized at an early age, and I love the way she said it. Like that was so cool how she said it. She was like, you're a chameleon. But instead of saying you're a people pleaser, you're not being yourself. I watched you the whole interaction with these other people. You were a different person with that person. You were a different person with that person. You were a different person with that person because I was. What is people pleasing? I just want to tell you guys that story at the beginning or whatever. What is people pleasing? Where does it stem from? I really hate when I do this. It's kind of like I don't get sidetracked. But when I write my notes down, I write them as they're coming out of my head and they're all over the place because I'm all over the place. I'm always all over the place. Of course, people pleasing starts as parent pleasing. And as I have mentioned before in a previous video, I know I always say this, so I'm going to just repeat it. So if you've heard me say this before, it's not for you, it's for my new girls. But my mother was a perfectionist. You know, everything that she wanted me to do, it had to be perfect. Like everything. I'll never forget. She will always compare me to other girls. Why won't you be more so like such and such's granddaughter? Or why you won't be like such and such's granddaughter? She's doing this and she's doing that. So I never was told, you know, why you won't just be like yourself? It was always, why you want to be like her? Or you always want to be like her? Or, you know, why aren't you perfect? You know, what is wrong with you? That was the thing that I got my whole life of, you know, growing up, is like, why aren't you perfect? And a lot of people, they just explode me when they're like, oh, you haven't grown out of it. If you don't do the inner work to grow out of it, no, you don't grow out of it. I've just, you know, started the inner work to say, I no longer want to be a people pleaser. I no longer want to be a chameleon. I no longer want to be the nice girl. Because that's what it makes you be. Like, I was known as the super nice girl. Millie is super nice. Oh my, anybody you ask, even to this day, they're like, oh, I love that girl. She's super nice. They know Millie. They know the super nice, super, you know, super yes girl, that girl. So yeah, I want to let you guys know that people pleasing, I have it written down. People pleasing is a shadow part of ourselves that is trying to gain approval of other people, because deep down we don't think we have value for just being who we are. You know, I can say that it's true, because I didn't think that the Millie that would speak up for herself, it would cause confrontation. People pleasing hates confrontation. I hated confrontation. I'm going to tell you guys about a time when I worked at a retail store. I'm not going to say their name because one day this video might blow up and I don't want to be facing a lawsuit or whatever. But I worked at a retail job, and I basically gave up a promotion being a people pleaser. I was so worried about, oh my gosh, they're going to be mad at me if I take this promotion. Oh my gosh, the manager didn't want me to be her. She didn't want me to be another manager with her. Oh my gosh, this girl is going to hate me because they picked me over her. Y'all know I literally told the girl, you can have my promotion. Y'all, seriously, I told her, you can have my promotion. Also, she would not be mad at me. I felt like, oh, I'm not, you know, I had kind of put myself in this, you're not good enough to be a manager. She's older than you, and she's been in management position before. You've never done management. Look at you. You know, you're just not even ready for that. Y'all, apparently the people that want to promote me, they seen something in me, but I didn't see it in myself. And that haunted me for a while, and that's what started me to work on my people pleasing. Your girl gave up some money. I gave up some money because I cared about other people liking me and being mad at me. Girl, no, that's not what we're doing. But anywho, I also have another story of my people pleasing. It makes me want to puke every time I think about this story. It makes me want to throw up, like, gag. I want to gag and be thinking about it. But one time I was in high school, I'll never forget this story. I think I tweeted about it. One time I was in high school, and this girl, she didn't like me. She told one of my friends, I don't like her. And my friend, you know, told me, she's like, you know, such and such don't like you. And I was like, what? I had not done anything to this girl. She literally just did not like me. She just was like, I don't like her. And people have their opinions not to like you, like they really do. But me, as a people pleasing, having the disease to please, I actually walked up to this girl. Well, before I walked up to her, y'all, I was doing little stuff like, hey girl, in the hallway, or like just doing little stuff like, I can't even really think about the little stuff that I was doing, but it was this little stuff trying to get this girl's attention and make her like me. You know, just little stuff. Even if she had started selling candy, I would buy a lot of it. I'm like, I'm gonna just buy half of her candy because I know that'll be like $20 for her. She should start liking me then for sure. No. So I ain't made it my business to walk up to this girl one day in the cafeteria, because that's when you're in high school, that's the only time you can kind of conjugate and just kind of walk up to somebody. I walked up to her and I was like, hey. And she was like, what's up? Like, I told your friend I don't like you. Why are you even over here? Like, what's up? And I was like, I want to ask you, why don't you like me? And she was like, I just don't like you. And I was, y'all. thinking about it is crazy. But I started crying. I was like, why don't you like me? What did I do to you? And she was just like, and walked off. She walked off, y'all. Like, it was just, she couldn't fathom, like, why do you even give a flip? And I just, people pleasing is real. It is real. Somebody else may hear this story and be like, girl, ain't no way you did that. Ain't no way. And some girls might listen to the story like, I'm doing that current day. Because it didn't stop there. It didn't stop in high school. It didn't stop at the retail job. It's just something I had to work on. Still to this day, I have a struggle with people being mad at me. I have to sit back and realize, like, they have their opinion, Millie. They can do that. That has nothing to do with you. It doesn't make you a bad person because they're mad at you. It doesn't make you, they don't hate you. Because I would go straight to, they hate me now. Oh my gosh, they don't ever want to see me again or something like that. People pleasing is literally a disease. But I got the cure for you. I got the cure. And it is a cure. It is a video out there that's like, telling you that you never get over it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And this crazy girl video, y'all know I love the Lord. But on this video, I'm going to do a little cussing. I'm going to do a little cussing because sometimes you got to say, fuck it. I'm serious, y'all. Sometimes you really gotta say, I haven't done it in so long, just on camera or anything like that. But you have to. You have to for your own sanity. Because if you're anything like me, people pleasing is a big one for me. Like, it was taking over my life. I was not being authentic. And that's another thing. When you're in your people pleasing mode, you're not being yourself. You're not being yourself. You're being a person. You're putting on a mask that's going to please that particular person that's there at the moment. And when you leave that person, you're probably going to go be yourself. Or if you meet another person, you're going to put on another mask. So in a day, let's just say you work at me at the retail place. I would I had a lot of coworkers, but main coworkers, I probably had like 5 or 6 main coworkers I seen every day, all day. I was 6 different people. Well, I was 5 to 6 different people. I was a chameleon. Whomever I was talking to at that moment, I would be that person. Who, it's like, okay, I'm talking to you. Let me put this mask on. Oh, I'm leaving you. Okay, cool. Let me put this mask on. Y'all, authentic was never in my realm. It was not even there. I was so far away from being authentic that I was upsetting myself. It was kind of like I would walk away from some conversations like, you did not agree with it. You know that you did not like that. Why did you have a full conversation about something you hate? And you didn't speak up. Like, because I would be so afraid, like, if I say I don't like that, they're going to stop talking to me. They're not going to ever talk to me again at work. Who cares? Who cares if they would ever talk to you again? Who cares if they would ever like you again? Who cares? God likes you. That's what I have to realize. If nothing else, God likes you. And if you have children, your children love you. They love you for the mean mom you are. They love you for the moody mom you are. They love you for the mom that doesn't really know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? They love you for who you are. Also, God, if you don't have any children, that's fine. Your family loves you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have those friends who love you for who you are. Ultimately, you have to love you for who you are. People pleasing stems from you not knowing your authentic self. So that's why you take on the person that you have to be to talk to other people or to be around other people. I've always been known as the nice girl. The nice girl. Like, I was that friend that you can incorporate with any group of friends. So they're like, Millie's gonna be cool. Trust me, she's gonna be cool. Because I am. Well, not anymore. Because I had to stop doing that. Because when you get to a certain age, like now, I'm 30. So when you get to a certain age, people pleasing is just, it's sickening. It's sickening. I'm not even gonna lie. So if you're in your 20s and you're watching this video, you're okay. You're working towards it. I'm so proud of you. Kudos to you. But if you're in your 30s or older and you still struggle with people pleasing, I'm here to tell you, I'm sick with you. It's sickening. It's sickening. But we're on the right path. We got it going on. Kudos to us. But Like I said, where does it come from? It does come from you want it to be perfect for your parent, or you just want it to be perfect for, anything. Let's just give another example of my childhood. Let's see, because I have everything written. I told you I have to go read around. So yeah, my mother would threaten me with, because I was adopted. If you guys don't know that by now, I'm gonna say it every other video so you guys can know. I was adopted. So I was spoiled, no cap. I didn't live a rough life. But just because people think, oh, you were spoiled, you had everything you wanted. So I was traumatized. I laugh about it now, but everything is a joke. When you have trauma, you turn everything into a joke. So that is a trauma mechanism. But yeah, I was adopted, and she just would threaten me. I love her to death. Like, she's changed so much because she's gotten older. I've changed so much. We're like this now. Me and my adopted mom, I love her to death. I don't know what I would do without her. But growing up, she just only did what maybe she was taught. She only did what she knew. And if that was to down me and tear me apart, that's just all she knew. She would threaten me like, I'm going to send you to the state. If you don't do that again, if you don't do that right, I'm going to send you to the state. Or matter of fact, you're going to go to Piney Woods. Piney Woods is like a military boarding school for bad kids. She would always threaten me like, y'all. She would go to far as to drive to Piney Woods and be like, yeah, don't play. Like, bruh, you done drove almost an hour and a half to scare me? It worked. I'm terrified. I won't do that ever again. So yeah, she just would do things like that to me. So who at the age of like 10 all the way to like 17, who in the heck wants to go to a boarding school or to the state? Not me. I don't want to give up my nice lavish life for either one of those. So I did what she said do. I did. If she said that I couldn't tiptoe around, if I had to tiptoe around the house, guess what? Tip, 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 tip. That made me what though? A people pleaser. Whatever it took for her not to lash out and send me to Piney Woods or send me to the state, I did it. Like, I did it with, no problem, but that made me a people pleaser. I also will never forget, the time I had the hiccups. She hated the hiccups. For some reason, I guess because her nerves was bad. She was older. I don't know. But I had the hiccups, and I had to learn how to. The only reason I know how to get rid of hiccups is because I had to learn. I would be like, because she hated the sound of hiccup. So I couldn't do it. I could not do it because in my brain, I don't want to go to boarding school or I don't want to go to the state. So girl, you're not even allowed to have hiccups around here. You hear me? You need to just hold it in. So it's not funny, y'all. Seriously, it's not funny. But I do want to give y'all just a gist of people pleasing and where it stems from. It's a hard thing to break because that's something you do from adolescence. Like, some kids learn it super early, like 3 or 4. So somebody that's been people pleasing their parents all the way from they were like 3 or 4 to, let's say, the people who live with their mama to like 23 or 24, and your mother is like my mama. If I would have stayed there all the way to like 23 or 24, I would still, like, I probably wouldn't have started this healing journey until I was like 35. You feel what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but I don't judge people for starting their journey wherever you started it. I'm proud of you for working on you. And people pleasing starts from you. You have to learn your value. You have to learn that your authentic self, whether that authentic self is you being a blunt bitch. Like I said, this video, I'm gonna do a little cussing. I still love the Lord and He know my heart, but I gotta get the point across. So even if you're a blunt, or you're like me, I like adult cartoons. I like cartoons, period. I wasn't raised on like Martin or those sitcoms like Living Color. I was raised on like cartoons and what's the show with like Amanda on it and Kenan and Kel. That's all I knew. Those were adult shows to me. Like, not really adult, but those were the shows I watched in my teens. I didn't watch really Martin and stuff, but my people pleasing, when I would get around other people, I would act like I did, y'all. I would act like, y'all know that scene from Martin? My people pleasing My people pleasing. I would literally come home, probably like binge watch. This when I got older. I would probably like binge watch it, a series of Martin or Living Color or what is it, 977 or 57. I don't know the name of it. I would try to get into all those sitcoms just so, the chameleon part of me, just so when they're having a conversation, I could blend in. My authentic self cares less about sitcoms. I hate them because I hate the people clapping in the background. I hate it. I hate the fact that those people are back there clapping. It's weird, but I just don't like it. That sounds so crazy. But I just don't like it. Even me now, I'm like, that sounds crazy. It does not sound crazy. Guess what, girl? You just don't like it. Kudos to me. But yeah, you have to just be your authentic self. Like I said, if your authentic self is a person who just doesn't like to go to certain places. Like, I don't like to go to Walmart. Walmart is too overwhelming for me. It's too many people going in there. It's just too much stuff be going on at Walmart. It's just, for me, it's just too much. It overwhelms me. And some people might hear that and be like, what you mean? It's just Walmart. Like, golly. Oh, well, that's my authentic self. I don't like Walmart. So, yeah. We're going to move ahead. I got so much stuff written down, y'all. So I'm having to go back and forth. Like, okay, what haven't I mentioned? Okay. All right, let's just get to the nitty gritty. Look at me. Let's get to the nitty gritty. I think I already said it at the beginning of the video, but who cares? Let's get back into the nitty gritty. But basically, people pleasing is you not thinking that you're good enough. Like, you not thinking that you, the real you, is not good enough to present to the world. That's all it is. That's all it is. You thinking that the me you, the person that you is behind closed doors, the person that your family get, that person that your boyfriend might get after 2 or 3 years y'all together, that's you. That's the real you. Be that person. What people don't know when they're like, Millie's so nice, she's so nice. No, I'm not. My family know I'm mean. You know what I'm saying? Like a dude that get with me and he be with me, he know I'm mean. I'm not nice. I'm sweet. I'm really sweet. I'm really considerate. I'm selfless. My heart is like, it's huge. But am I a nice person overall? No, I'm not. I'm really mean. I like saying no. I like saying mm-mm. I like just being alone. I'm that person. Not really just being alone. I'm not like a super loner, but I am a slick loner because what a lot of people don't know is it was always just me and my mother, me and my adopted mother. It was just always us. Like, I watched her, she had a husband here and there. I know that sounds, well, she had 2 husbands. She was married twice, during my time of being adopted with her, which, was my whole life. So she only had 2 husbands and, she divorced them because she was so used to being alone. So it was always just me and her. So I'm really cool with being in the house, not doing nothing, because she was the older lady. She didn't do anything, y'all. Like, we would go to church, we would go shopping, of course, and we would just do regular woman stuff. But getting out, doing stuff with her friends, I never saw her really just do that. Of course, they probably would go to the casino, but she didn't do that all the time. That was probably like once a month, maybe. She never really got out and lived a life. I never saw it because she adopted me when she was like 40-something, going on 50. So I guess she had lived her life already. So I saw her just being an old, boring lady. And that rubbed off on me. I'm just an old, boring lady. I'm not super boring because I'm super funny. I am hilarious. So I'm cooler than her. But she's super cool too. But yeah. So I'm really okay with, being alone. And people don't get it, but I'm like, hey, I was kind of raised as the only child. I have 3 brothers I love to death, but they were also adopted. But they were adopted into a family. Like, they had a big old family in their house. So they can go be out in public. They love Walmart. My brothers love Walmart. They live in, I think my big brother go to Walmart probably once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. So yeah, I just want you guys to just start being your authentic self. Be who you are behind closed doors. Be who your family knows. That person, I can't tell y'all, When I started being my authentic self and people started to meet me for who I was, they loved that person. Like, the people pleaser me was losing people because I couldn't maintain it. That person that you're being while you're in your people pleasing mode, you can't maintain that person because it's made up. It's a fictitious person that you put on for whomever presence you were in. You may even forget the persona that you were. I used to have that bad. Like, I would be so many different people in my retail job that when I would be talking to somebody sometime, I'd be like, I forgot I was that person with you. You know? So y'all gotta be authentic. You have to be yourself. And I can't say, when you're living in your authentic self, it feels amazing. It feels amazing just being who I am. Like, I'm Millie. You know, I'm I'm weird Millie. I'm weird. I own it. I am goofy, silly, cornball. Like they say that meme. I live my life on the cob, baby. I live my life on the cob. That's gonna look so funny when I'm eating cob. But yes, if you're like me, you corny, baby, come on over to this cob. Come on over to this cob. But yeah, we're gonna move ahead. People pleasing doesn't get you far. It only leads you down a rabbit hole of authentic actions and moves, unauthentic actions and moves. It doesn't. Like I said, it leads you down a rabbit hole. Like in my retail job, they thought I was so good at it because I was so great with people. No, I'm not good with people. I just know how to put on as many masks as it takes. I was horrible at selling. I was not great at selling, but people loved me. They gravitated towards me because, you know what? I knew what to do to make them smile. I knew what to do to make them be like, I love you. I used to be like, I know you do. Because I put your mask on with your name to make sure that you would love that version of me. It was also very draining, very stressful, very draining, very stressful. Like, it was, because when you're not, like I said over probably 100 times now, if you're not being authentic, y'all, what are you being? What are you being? You're being just a person that you just sit there and made up. You just sit there and made that person up. And that's okay, because like I said, it's something that you learned when you were younger. It's something that you learned in childhood. And I'm just proud of you for fixing it, or trying to fix it, or looking into fixing it. Because even by you clicking on this video and you come into this video, that's your first step of saying, you know what? I'm tired of being a people pleaser. I'm tired of being a nice girl. I'm tired of it. It's draining. I'm not being myself. Let me see what time it is, because I don't have a job. But it's, you're just like, it's draining. I'm not being myself. And I would like to be myself more often. And what you do is, when even the people that you meet while you're being a people pleaser, you start to resent those people. It's because you have never been yourself with them. You have never been authentic with them. So when you start trying to crack the shell of being who you really are, when you start to take off the mask and they start to really see who that person is, it's kind of like they're like, ooh, 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 whoa, hey now, whoa. And that's okay too. You got to deal with it. Some people are when you're coming into your authentic journey, you're going to lose people. You're going to lose people. I promise you are, because you met them when you are a people pleaser. They don't know you. They know that mask, that person, that persona that you put on. I always compared myself when I was a people pleaser to Roger from American Dad. I was Roger from American Dad. I could swap those personas out quicker than you can blink, honey. Like, I would swap. What? I was a shapeshifter, honey. My people pleasing, I had mastered people pleasing to the T. Everybody loved Millie. But not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Sometimes, I'm not going to say that. Sometimes I still have moments where I'm just like, oh my God, did I make the right decision? It was a decision I wanted to make. It was something. It's always that little nagging in your head. When you're a people pleaser, it's always that little yourself, your authentic self. It's not a little nagging. It's your authentic self in the back of your head, just like, you don't want to do that, or you don't like that. You have to start, that voice has to become your real voice. You can no longer continue to silence that little girl. And that's what it is. You cannot silence her. She has been silenced for long enough. It's time to let her out. That is the real... Yeah, I'm not sure why my video stopped. It wasn't even that long. But like I was saying, it's time to let that little girl out. You have to let her out. You have to let her be free. Be your authentic self. When you live in authenticity, you live in freedom. You live in who you are. Everybody you meet will be genuine people because they met you being exactly who you are. So say it with me. I am. And say your name that you want to say. I am Jamelia. Jamelia likes cartoons. Jamelia likes to eat Chinese food 10 times a month. Jamelia doesn't like Walmart. Jamelia doesn't own a lot of tennis shoes. I like flats and sandals. And that's perfectly fine. I met a guy once and he was like, you don't have any tennis shoes? I mean, gosh, like, who are you? I'm Jamelia. Nice to meet you. So we're going to end that video right there. Go be your authentic self. If you watch this video, when you leave this video, I want you to leave and go be you. Go be you. You know who that is. I don't know who that is. If you need help finding your way to that person, start at the bottom. Start at the bottom. Start at that little girl who was, I would say little girl, or I'm going to just start throwing it in there, or little boy. Start right there at that little person that was silenced. Start right there and bring it out. It's time to give that little girl, that little boy a voice. It's time to start speaking up for yourself. We're no longer chameleons. Chameleons are lame. They're cool in the wild and the environment. But they only do that so others won't eat them. For protection. We're not trying to be protected. We're not chameleons. We are... What are we? Phoenixes. I always say I'm a phoenix. We're phoenixes. We stand out. Each and every last one of us are different. You know who we are. We pull up. We're a phoenix. Phoenix. Spread your wings. Seriously, y'all know what a phoenix is, right? But spread your wings and fly, baby. Fly. Because your authentic self is a fly mama jamma. Sure is. Sure is. So yeah, I love you girls. I hope this video helps you to start your disease to please regimen. Because we're no longer doing it. It's lame. It's unfun. It's something we've been doing for too long. And we're stopping it. We're just stopping it. I can't say, like I told y'all, me living in my authentic self, I love it. It was not easy for me to start being who I am. It was hard as hell. It was hard as hell. Because I was so used to making everybody happy. When somebody would be mad at me, I've had times where I'm just like, please don't be mad at me. But I don't want to go. And my friends are like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna be mad at you for that. You're cool. But I've had situations, and then when they even say that, I'll be in the back of my head like, yes, they are mad at you. They're talking about it right now. They hate you. So don't do that to yourself. That's called self-sabotage. But that's another video for another day. Because I've also struggled with self-sabotaging. We're like I said, we're gonna talk about that in another video because I don't want to make this video too long. But yeah, girls, work on being your authentic self. Do not continue to do the people pleasing. The disease to please is definitely real. I'm here to let you know that I have struggled with it. I still struggle with it a little bit. But even when I'm struggling with it, I'm able to catch myself and say, is that you being your authentic self or did you put a mask on? So ask yourself that from now on. When you're doing something or when you're meeting new people, ask yourself, when you walk into a room, who am I going to be? Am I going to be myself or am I going to be who these people like? I will let you know that when you're being your authentic self, more people will like you. I swear to God. More people will like you and genuinely love you for who you are. When you're being a people pleaser, you can't keep that persona up. You cannot keep it up and people will start to hate you because they'll start to notice that you're fake. That's what it is. People pleasing makes you fake. So don't be out here being fake, y'all. Go be authentic. Go be authentic. Being fake is not cute unless you make it cute. And we ain't doing that. We tired of putting on masks. We tired of doing it. So I love you girls. Thank you so much for making it this far. Like I said, next video we're going to talk about self-sabotaging because these are the things I struggle with. And I'm only going to talk about stuff that I've struggled with. I'm not going to get out here and talk about stuff I ain't struggled with. So I've struggled with people pleasing. My previous videos, I've struggled with depression. I struggle with anxiety. I struggle with all this stuff. So yeah, childhood trauma, struggle with it, baby. It's all up in here. I'm just cute, like I always say. I'm just cute, but I'm a little crazy. But seriously, love y'all. Bye, y'all.